This is Valley News Live at 6.
A month after the first COVID-19 vaccine in North Dakota was given, today marking a new chapter in the fight against the coronavirus.
Sanford Health administered the first doses to the public, starting with those 75 and older. Valley News Team's Bailey Hurley was there today and has our story.
The first in Fargo and some of the first in the state.
I think it's wonderful.
Great, happy that I got the shot. Oh, I'm just ecstatic.
92-year-old Corinne Bakken says after a discouraging last 10 months, today is a day of celebration, accomplishment, and hope.
We have the most wonderful scientists in our country. We are America, and everybody helps to take care of each other. And we will get through this. And I am so thankful to have gotten the shot.
The coronavirus pandemic forced Bakken to retire from her para position at West Fargo schools back in October.
That was very hard to do, but I missed my children. They were special.
But she says she thinks she'll go back once she has her second dose. Like Bakken, Barbara Labuse and the Belkys say while life isn't going to go back to normal right away, they hope their vaccinations will allow them to spend more time with family soon.
You know, you didn't get to see your great-grandchildren or any of them. It's been hard.
All four saying they hope the rest of the community follows suit in the coming months.
And anybody that is listening, please take yours when you can have it.
You might help somebody else if you don't help yourself.
Bailey Hurley, Valley News Live.
Despite the CDC's push to start vaccinating those 65 and older, Sanford Health says it's focusing on high-risk patients over 75 until getting more shipments of the vaccine.
Minnesota health officials are expanding vaccine eligibility to a broader group of the population, including Minnesotans 65 and older.
The state says the move is meant to free providers to use all available doses as quickly as possible, while still ensuring that the doses are targeted to those who need the most protection from COVID-19. The state is urging the federal government to provide more vaccine immediately.
Another coronavirus vaccine is in the works. Early trials show that Johnson & Johnson's vaccine appears to be safe and generates an immune response.
The trials included more than 800 adults, some of whom were 65 and older. They either received a high or low dose of the single-shot vaccine or a placebo. While 90% of the vaccine group developed antibodies by day 29, every participant had them by day 57. The vaccine was found to be safe with no significant side effects.
Take a look at this. It's of last night's storm wind and damage in western North Dakota. That's a gas station in New England, North Dakota, losing its pump and roof along with damage around the building. Power was knocked out in many areas, including the entire town of Watford City. There were also widespread outages in Minot this morning. Here's what it looks like right now here as the snow is falling and wind speeds have climbed. I think that's the Dakota Magic Casino down in Hankinson. Let's turn it over to Hutch, who has more on what's happening right now and those nasty wind gusts out west earlier. Hutch?
Thanks so much, Mike. It is definitely one of those type of storms that's bringing different impacts to different areas. Central Dakotas and western Dakotas seeing winds that gusted to over 90 miles per hour. And just keep in mind, hurricane force winds start at 74 miles per hour. So damaging winds across the west. Some of them are spreading into the Jamestown area where we had gusts to about 60 miles per hour. There's a look at that Dakota Magic Casino camera right now on I-29. Horizontal flakes flying, and the radar shows that that is where we have the heaviest snow, where the deeper blue shades are right up the I-29 corridor. So Richland County right there with Sargent and Ransom County and into, well, that Kindred area, seeing a heavier band of snow. Light snow making its way from the Fargo area north into the Kitson County area of northwest Minnesota. Here's a look at our current wind speeds. Now, we have not got the worst of the winds yet in Fargo, but it's starting to pick up in Jamestown and continuing to be strong west of there with gusts to 50 miles per hour. Best chance of blizzard-like conditions will be in our far southern counties and in southern Minnesota, but we could see it blizzard-like conditions briefly in some of our southern counties in the Lakes Country tonight. So here's a look at that snowfall potential and the forecast to get that right to you. First and foremost, expect that 1 to 5 we've been talking about from the Southern Valley into Lakes Country, isolated 3 to 6 down near the Sisseton Hills. Out west, This is going to be more of a wind event. I'll have hour-by-hour details on how this system works its way through overnight and your Friday forecast here in a moment.
And for those of you that are out driving right now, Courtney Lockie, one of our reporters, came into the station here after being out on a story, and she said, it's bad out there, so take it easy.
It is.
Hutch referred to the potential trouble on area roads, so if you're traveling, you'll need to know the differences in travel advisories. A travel alert means drivers can still travel, but may encounter areas of challenging winter weather. Make sure to allow extra time to make it to your destination, and be alert to changing conditions that could cause difficulties or delays or quickly change. No travel advised means drivers should not travel because of hazardous conditions making it unsafe. If you do, you're going at your own risk. You can potentially be stranded, making it challenging for emergency responders to reach you safely. If the weather gets worse, a no travel advised will change to roads closed or blocked. When that happens, drivers are not allowed to travel on a closed road due to life-threatening conditions. Motorists who drive past a road closure device can face fines up to $250.
We now know the name of the man who drowned after his car fell through the ice in Bemidji. Beltrami County authorities say 58-year-old James Wisner's body was recovered around 6:30 Monday. An underwater remotely operated vehicle was used to help find the man.
We also know the name of the man who died after crashing into a snowplow yesterday. He's 38-year-old Ross Maple. It happened 20 miles southeast of Grafton around noon yesterday. Authorities say the snowplow was pre-treating I-29 for icy conditions. It was hit from behind by Maple. The Highway Patrol says he wasn't wearing his seatbelt. The driver of the snowplow, 44-year-old Kevin Kirkaby, was not injured.
New tonight at 6, a wanted man is now in jail following a police chase. Officers tried to make a traffic stop in Jamestown, but the driver took off, ended up in Spiritwood, North Dakota. The vehicle was seen driving through several private yards before hitting a utility trailer. Now that driver, 45-year-old Gary Zink Jr., tried to run but was caught not too far from the vehicle. The 35-year-old woman that was with him was questioned, but she was released.
We're learning more information about a brutal attack on the campus of Mayville State over the weekend. 4 men and a juvenile have all been charged with conspiracy to commit aggravated assault as well as other charges. The victim told officers that the men tore out chunks of his hair. Security footage shows that he was punched in the eye, stabbed with a screwdriver, hit with a bat, and hit by a car twice. The victim told officers he knows the juvenile but didn't know any of the men involved. There's no word on how he's doing, but the Trail County Sheriff's Office tells Valley News Live his injuries are substantial.
Later on Valley News Live at 6, looking to the future as Fargo's mayor finds the good in 2020.
And we are tracking snow that is extending from the southern Red River Valley in northeast South Dakota right into the Red River Valley. Gustiest winds are out to the west, but they will make their way into our area as well. Details in your hour-by-hour forecast on this first alert weather day are next.